So speaking of the Discord server, this is a deck list that one of our community members, I'll check the name, Ellie Mental, has been posting screenshots of that they've been working on since Siege Rhino dropped in the format. And they posted their list this morning, and I was looking for something to play, and it looked kind of sweet. So yeah, let's cast some Siege Rhinos. Let's blink them with some Yorions. There's some Demonic Pacts in here and other things. Gloomshriekers, a neat one. Lets you rebuy interesting permanents. We got things like Rite of Oblivion to leverage sacrificing Demonic Pact before it kills us, in addition to blinking it. So a lot of neat synergies and seemingly powerful cards in here. And if you've got sweet things you want me to play on stream at some point, and you don't have the capacity to make a donation, I often pull decks out of the subscriber Discord server. So if you're someone that supports my stuff, make sure you're hanging out in there. Frequently peruse the channels in there for deck ideas. Alistair, thanks for re-upping the Prime. Appreciate the almost 2 years. Welcome back. Yes, yeah, the big sub notifications are really good. S-tier did such a good job with the old spin through. We got a Mulligan, no white mana here. It's fine. Yeah, Pokemon really hooks it up, silly cheese. Everything in London was like super impressive. They had like branded the cable cars in the area by the convention center. There was just like literally Pokemon stuff everywhere. This is a land. If I draw like mono lands from here on out, I'll be a little bit sad, but I think since it's only my 5th land, I'm definitely going to want to hit like 5 to 8 or so. Nice draw here to shut the old of it off. Your finest disenchants, please. This card being able to sacrifice artifacts is so good. I mean, like, I'm happy with this permutation, so, like, the oven's gotta go, but I don't know that I would have bought specifically the Slowpoke plushie if I had a way to get it home, but I definitely would have bought one of the larger ones. They had a lot of various, like, really large Pokemon plushes. Would have gotten Haley one to ride into combat. Wannabe Beetle! Thanks for hanging out for over 5 years. Thanks for the tier 3 and everything else you've done here in that time. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. We're attacking me with Den of the Bugbear? What is in their hand, chat? We're gonna start by drawing a couple of cards. Play a 3 plus a 2 here, I think. Kind of want to just start shooting them, right? I'm definitely attacking for 2 here. Do I maybe want to draw Yorion this turn? We got 2 turns before I need to worry about this, right? Let's Oathakaya their Dome. And then Charming Prince dig a little bit. Neither of those are particularly exciting, although I guess Fatal Push deals with the Den of the Bugbear. So get rid of some cards, please, friend. Our hand appears to be a bunch of bricks, which is probably a reasonable expectation given, given that they've done nothing. I think I need to draw a card with Callous Bloodmage here, because I kind of want to find another way to deal with the Demonic Pact here, should they have a Thoughtseize in their main deck to take my Yorion. We technically could Knight of Autumn our own Demonic Pact in a pinch, but I'd prefer not to. I'd like a way to get value out of it, right? You know, honestly, looking at our sideboard here and like what our main deck has going on, is it crazy to just click submit here? I guess like Trial of Ambition is probably not very good. Do I play Shapers or Weathered Runestone over it? I don't think Thoughtseize is very good here. I guess Weathered Runestone shuts off their cats. I think I'd go either way on these. Usually bring in Shapers in this matchup. Yeah, I think that makes sense. It makes their Mayhem Devils real bad, right? They can basically only ping me or I get to draw a bunch of cards. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the 4/4/3 boards. That's good enough. This might be good enough. Let's try it. It's going out of a category. Thanks for the almost 2.5 years. Welcome back. Nice pull. Gives us something to do on turn 2. All right, chat. So I'm a boomer who doesn't really use a lot of other social media. Like Twitter is the only thing I do. So Twitch has announced today that their partners are no longer required to exclusively stream on Twitch, which is an interesting move on their part. I think I'm blocking a cat here. But one of their rules in their change is that you are allowed to simultaneously stream on platforms like Instagram Live and TikTok, but you can't simultaneously stream to Twitch and Facebook or YouTube at the same time. So can someone who's less of a boomer than me explain to me what the difference is between TikTok streaming and Instagram streaming versus the others? Do like TikTok and Instagram Live only lets you stream for like a set number of minutes or something? Like, is it only short form streams on those platforms? What do you mean ownership? Can you explain? Is it just because those platforms are smaller, or is there a different reason? Yeah, and Instagram is owned by Facebook, is correct. You can only stream to TikTok and Instagram from your phone. Oh, is that true? You can't use a PC setup to stream to those platforms? That can't be true. I'm pretty sure I've seen people like stream regular video games and stuff on TikTok just like Twitch. Just get the Demonic Pact down. Bad. Thanks for the 16 months. Appreciate the prime. Welcome back. My opponent discard their hands here. Alright, so we start here. Maybe I had to impact the board here. We're kind of behind at the moment. Oh, I missed their creature land. Yeah, this is real bad for us. I guess I get to... I guess I do get to deal 4 and kill this at least, but we're certainly behind at the moment. Oh, that's a really nice draw. So I get to do this, and then get a 1/1 that gains me a life. Now I can play this green land out tap, so I can play this without hurting myself next turn. Alright, we're just gonna block as much as we can here. Oh, they have 2 creature lands even. Okay. Definitely just need to keep my life total high. We are the deck that's favored as the game goes long, so just looking to like tread water as long as possible here. Sure, so there's not something, my question is there's not something fundamentally different between TikTok and Instagram as far as platforms are concerned, and it's just Twitch making some arbitrary distinction on what's allowed and what's not allowed. 3 years of cutting a few lands to make Coco better. What's going on, Blade? Okay, I mean, that stabilizes us pretty well here, right? I get to go Rite of Oblivion, you exile this, or sacrifice this. And then I have a Field of Ruin to deal with Den of the Bugbear. And then I get to draw my Yorion here. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't misunderstanding things while being a boomer. But also, from a content perspective, if simultaneous streaming is allowed to those other platforms, I should probably think about making accounts on them, was mostly what I was working around to. So the weird distinction they're doing is I'm allowed to stream to places like YouTube now, but I can't stream to somewhere like YouTube at the exact same time I'm also streaming to Twitch. So they're allowing simultaneous streaming on platforms like Instagram and TikTok, but not on YouTube and Facebook. Which is strange. It's just a weird line in the sand. There we go. I'll talk about stabilizing shit. And we're kind of grinding them into the dirt here, right? Yeah, I think it sounds like it's just they viewed YouTube and Facebook as more direct competitors, is what it sounds like. I just wanted to make sure my understanding of Instagram and TikTok Live was accurate. It sounds like it is. It sounds like Instagram and TikTok Live are exactly the same as everything else, but Twitch has made an arbitrary distinction between them for purposes of what they view to be beneficial to their platform. Who uses Facebook streaming that hasn't been paid to do so? Not many people. One of the things that's interesting for my like, I don't think I plan to like move any of my daytime streams. Like, I expect we'll still be here on Twitch Monday through Friday for, you know, 5 to 8 hours like I always am. But I think this flexibility to be able to stream on other platforms means that I might start doing some sporadic evening streams again on some number of my YouTube channels. Just keep them in the dark. Something aggressive, we're gonna die. Because, like, on Twitch, I don't like firing up for an evening stream because, like, it really hurts my metrics, so I'll have less people watching. Yeah, exactly, Tobias. Like, it means I'm probably gonna start firing up the stream when I'm, like, playing Pokemon Unite at, like, you know, 9 o'clock to midnight in the evening. Because normally I wouldn't stream that stuff live because it, like, really hurts my Twitch metrics to stream at a different time frame than I normally do. Like, one of those things, just like, always felt kind of bad that I would get punished for streaming. You have 3 children and you stay up till midnight. It's not every night. But, like, there are some nights where, like, Matt and I log in and, like, we play for, like, 3 or 4 hours. This matchup feels like an auto loss. Yeah, I'd believe that. Can you not multi-stream to both Twitch and YouTube? Well, that's what we were talking about, Weens. The change to the policy guidelines that Twitch is providing explicitly say you are not allowed to multi-stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Hey, thanks, Triple Smith. Nanich, thanks for the 29 months. Welcome back. Welcome to an early one. I assume just every spell we cast for the rest of the game is not resolving and we're gonna die. Thankfully, the rest of the game might not be that long. So this is a Treacherous Blessing out, Thoughtseize in matchup, I would wager. The rest of these seem very useful. It's honestly, it's such an interesting development, right? Like, Twitch hitting a point where they think they stand to make and let's like make the capitalism clear here, right? Like, Twitch is only allowing people to start streaming on more platforms now because they think it will be more profitable for them to let people stream on more platforms. So it's interesting that the market has gotten to a point where Twitch views that to be the case. I think this is definitely just a kill all the things angle here, Chip. Joking aside, I'd assume you want a separate computer if you're streaming to multiple sites. No, not at all. It's just a bandwidth thing. Telling OBS to like add another live stream to an additional source just takes bandwidth. Yeah, and I've got fiber internet, so bandwidth isn't a problem. I've got 250 up. Let's attempt to shatter the Curious Obsession here. No, OBS can transcode a bunch of things all at once. Like, the way I get my videos up to YouTube as quickly as I do is I actually record locally simultaneously while I'm also streaming live. Like, my computer's technically already running 2 streams at once. This is one's a local stream. That's true too. Yeah, my computer's also very overkill for streaming specifically Magic Arena. I've got a 2080 Super and an i7 and 32 gigs of RAM. Lead on Gloomshrieker here. And if this resolves, we get to grab Trial of Ambition. It might have been right to try and Yorion this turn. And maybe I'm supposed to try and Yorion this turn, actually. So that way, if it got countered, I could then... Because, like, next turn I, like, have to Rite of Oblivion now, basically. Because, if Yorion were to get countered, I wouldn't be able to, Demonic Pact anymore. Hey, Echo Plax, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. Appreciate it. I almost just clicked lose the game by mistake while I was just like clicking around over here, which would have been quite the misclick. Start by attacking here. Yeah, we're wrapping on Unite at the end of every stream. Just make sure, dude. I did some yesterday too. I assume this isn't resolving, but I just need to sacrifice my Pact here. Nice draw as well. Randall Chains is like kind of a worst case scenario. Because it means that I get to add another blocker to the board here. I guess we're just dead to a counterspell, huh? Because of the amount of damage they have. I'm doing all right, Lucas. Good morning, good morning. Easy mulligan here with no second land. Keep this. I hate blind mulliganing, chat. Magic is such a way more interesting game that's way more skill testing when you get to have decklist information. Like, I guess I'm gonna bottom this trial, but like, bottoming this, like, could literally lose us the game on the spot if they're playing a particular thing. Like, if they're playing anything remotely aggressive, I want that trial and not this Treacherous Blessing. But like, you know, if they're playing blue-white control, the inverse is true. Alright, looks like we're gonna get paid off. What's going on, Ashton? Thanks for the 1.5 years. Welcome back. Yeah, I agree. Things like Runeterra and Hearthstone that give you some information but not a full deck list. I really like. Well, I'm glad I have this at least, but they did get to ramp up quite a bit here. I think drawing a card is better than scrying too. It's close though. So incredibly unlucky that we just like don't have any of our 8 ways to kill this. We have 4 Knights and 4 Rite of Oblivions in our main deck. Why is this card hexproof, chat? You know what? You know how this card should be templated? It should be templated so the land gaining hexproof is part of sacrificing the lands. So that way when you do these various things that cheat on the trigger, you don't get this untouchable land. This is a fun game of Magic. I guess maybe we're supposed to leave in the Oathakayas. They're a little bit of reach and they finish off their planeswalkers. I think a good Sheeper Sanctuary actually is here. A lot of sweepers, not a lot of spot removal. I think a couple are better than any of these other cards, but yeah, let's do this. hand's not very good, but it's definitely a hand sucks keep at 6. Cry me a river, baby. I kinda want to land, but I also want some action. Our deck with 8,000 enter the battlefield effects is pretty mediocre into the control deck with the main deck hoser. And your opponent has 4 copies in the main deck of a card that would normally be a great sideboard card against you. Big oof. Hey, what's going on, Hank? Howdy, Beefy. Thanks for the 19. Welcome back. I mean, I don't know that Strict Proctor's really a problem card at its core. I think it's a pretty fair and reasonable card. What's going on, Kyle? All I'll say is, when anybody talks about moving, I just, like, cannot recommend enough mid-sized town living in the United States if you have a job that can afford you the ability to live in one. Housing market's calming down a little bit. The ratio of people to amenities is just so good in places like where I live in Bloomington. And there are cities like Bloomington all over the Midwest. Probably parts of the East Coast too, I imagine. Vorn Smith, thanks for the 3.5 years. Welcome back. Well, again, I'm not talking about a small town. Like, the town I live in has 100,000 permanent residents, and then, you know, we have 2 universities that when they're in session, the population goes up even more than that. In fact, with access to fiber internet like we have in Bloomington, you could argue we have more amenities than some big cities even have still in parts. Yeah, Kyle. Like where I'm at, I am a 2.5 hour drive from Indianapolis, Chicago, and St. Louis. It's a nice middle ground. I think my single most satisfying moment as a content creator was when, was when Comcast reached out to me about sponsoring my stream, and I got to tell them to bugger off. That I only take money from good products. That trade is fine for us. They're missing land drops. The question now is, do I Treacherous Blessing before I Yorion? I think the answer is yes. If we get pretty lucky here, we'll be able to spike a 2-drop to cast. Trial of Ambition's the best draw in our deck. Rite of Oblivion's pretty good too, though. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just do this and get rid of the Graveyard Trespasser. I want Night of Autumn to clean out the Fables. I think I discard the... Probably the Eiganjo, honestly. The Field of Ruin on their creature land's gonna be useful at some point. Yeah, I don't find telling crypto companies to bugger off particularly satisfying. Comcast is a company that I had to pay money to for a very long time to get really awful service, because that's basically all they provide. Dystaxia, thanks for the 3rd of a year. Welcome back. This is a Night of Autumn, your Fable into Callous Bloodmage. I think I'm making a 1/1 here. You thinking about firing up their hive? They just like not have anything to do. All right, so I think I chump block with the pest token here. Do I? I think I was gonna double, and then we'll take the hit here. You know, I want to double, and we'll take the hit here. Siegeman Rhinoceros, PhD. We are ready to head into battle with our cattle. A big old moo cow, if you would. Aging Dr. Siegeman Rhinoceros. I have a lightning helix you need to deliver.
I'm the best fire starter there is. Yup, you're going down. Today's my lucky day.
They're adorable, Chandra chat. I think we just killed their blood token, right? Is that crazy? Call me, maybe?
This'll be easy. This is gonna hurt.
These are a few of my favorite things. Okay, so I'm gonna kill the Chandra. And then we're gonna cast the Yorion. And this is the trick, chat. You keep the Yorion you already have. So this way you can exile a Yorion. So now when our friends come back at end of turn, we go destroy an artifact or enchantment, drain you, and then I get to blink these two friends again, so they get to come back in again during my opponent's end step now. They do not have a third black to escape this back. So opponent is currently at a, oh, they can attack with the 2/2 to escape it back. That's fine though. We've got +7 life pending plus a drain 3. Now, the problem here is if I block with Yorion, they can trade both their Blood Tithe Harvesters for my thing, which I don't want to do because I want to crack them for 4 in the air next turn. So I'm not blocking because I don't want to trade my Yorion for all 3 other creatures. Okay, so now I have 8 mana, which means I can draw and play Yorion next turn. Our mono blue matchup seems really bad. This matchup, however, seems pretty good. We are just like toot all aboard the train to Value Town and taking our opponent for a ride here. This is a click submit angle. Maybe I want Shaper Sanctuary, but like, what do I cut? I don't really have bad cards in our main deck for this matchup, right? I'm kind of into the click submit angle. Ellie, have you been bringing in Shapers in this matchup? I feel like if I'm not bringing in Shapers here, it's probably just not very good. Oh, that's a good shout. I like that. I like that call out. The Gloomshriekers are the cut because they're attacking our graveyard a lot. I think that's a good angle. Took my removal spell I couldn't cast. Interesting. It is like hoping to run me down before we can leverage the card advantage from this. Yes, is the answer. All right, I'm gonna greed here, chat. They are dead set on attacking. A nice draw. It is, Mar. Thanks for the 3 years. Welcome back. I appreciate it. They notably don't have any creature lands in play yet either, which is also good for us. I actually really like that suggestion, Ellie. Because I think Ceratops is better in the blue-white control matchup as well. And I think I'm going to make that swap after this game. Do my best to stabilize my life total here. And then I think at this point, we just go like Spirited Companion into draw Yorion. I guess the more conservative play is like sack the Treacherous Blessing, draw Yorion. Yeah, it's probably better. I haven't played a land yet this turn, right? I need to run to the restroom really quick, chat. Don't go anywhere. We're going to cast plenty more Siege Rhinos before we're done. I agree with you that Ceratops ain't quite what she used to be against blue-white control, but I also just don't think Sarah's Shaper Sanctuary is very good in that matchup either. So I'm like trading like a card that's like a 5 out of 10 for like a 6 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10 in that matchup, while also getting a card that's like a 11 out of 10 against mono blue. Yeah, I generally agree with that, Beck. There largely aren't just like cards, like blue-white control has been given so many different answers in modern Magic design that there just aren't really cards that are good there anymore. All of your cards get rinsed off by something that they're doing in some way, shape, or form. There is not just like good ways to attack them just don't exist anymore. When do we start snap? We snap starting about 1 o'clock-ish. 1 o'clock-ish central. Actually, kind of great. Okay, so we're dead because I misclicked. And this is Magic Arena makes things faster, so muscle memory is bad. If I had a creature in play, I would have needed to click to attack a couple of times there to get through to my second main phase where I would then cast my spell. But because I didn't have a creature, Magic the Gathering Arena makes the game faster and skips the combat step, so there's less clicks when you don't have a creature because there's no stop at the beginning of combat. I just took a week off of playing Magic, so I have to just like retrain my brain to have better. Turns out when you take a week off of playing the game with the shitty interface, you have to readjust to how the shitty interface handles everything.
Out of my way. I have a way.
We're probably just dead at this point because I just time walked myself, but feels real bad, man.
To know my secrets? Very well.
I think that's called healing your brain.
You wanna go, tough guy? Yup, you're going down.
Okay, so drawing a 2-drop here is nice. Because it means I get to Oath, KO something. I think I want to pressure the Chandra and then still play another thing. It's a nice pickup. Rewards us for leaving the other Planeswalker alone. Feel really lucky our opponent didn't think to crack their treasure token to Fatal Push by Siege Rhino.
My ways are not for the weak.
Oh, they just have another Fatal Push. Good beats. Their Chandra's on 2. It would be really nice if Magic Arena didn't... Speaking of just, like, awful things Magic Arena does in software, it'd be really nice if the Graveyard deck and Planeswalker location wasn't slightly different on every different game board you play on. Some game boards, our camera's in the perfect spot, and in others it slightly covers things that shuffle stuff around the board. Yeah, our deck's trying, but I don't know that we're gonna be able to make up for the fact that we just like clicked through our third turn. I just don't see how we catch up from here. Just lost too much tempo with that misclick. Okay, and with the change of Shapers to Ceratops, we do just click submit here. Well, to be fair, Farewell doesn't clean up Planeswalkers, right? Thanks, Deer Hulk. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. They've fixed the audio bug, it seems, but we still have the wonderful eerie silence of this screen as we wait for people to load in. This is a good reminder if you mostly just keep any hands with lands and spells in the Thoughtseize matchup, because your hand's not going to be the same 2 or 3 turns in. Wanted to get my thoughts on the new Spellslingers game. Any interesting? My sponsored rate for predatory mobile games typically starts somewhere in the range of $300 to $400 per hour. So, can't say I've played Spellslingers out of the kindness or interest of my heart. I assume, like most Wizards of the Coast product, it's a license off of their IP to someone that was the lowest bidder, and the product quality will mirror the fact that they licensed off their product to the lowest bidder. So I guess with the land draw, we just Yorion and we ditch a right to kill the Graveyard Trespasser. I mean, I play good mobile games for free on stream. Nobody's ever paid me to play Marvel Snap as far as companies go. Cute draw, so you get to write this, exile this, then play Oath, kill Reflection. Is it worth trading 4 points of damage for 2 points of damage and a treasure token? I think it is. Kill them in 4. Kill them in 3 if we find a Siege Rhino or another Oath or a way to blink it. Yeah, I really wish Snap gave me the option to transfer my splits when I buy a variant. Ever been sponsored to play Unite? No. Yeah, obviously they pay me for my work as a commentator, but that's different than sponsored content. Going on, Potter? Thanks for the 1.5 years. Welcome back. Also, like, sponsored segments aren't inherently a bad thing. Like, Genshin sponsored me, and we're going to do some unsponsored Genshin at some point, because I, like, really enjoyed my time playing Genshin. So this is a little greedy if my opponent has a removal spell in their hand. But if they don't have a removal spell, this is real good. So naturally, their last card is a removal spell. If they attack with everything, I'm going to eat a 1/1. If they attack with just the 2/2, I'm going to trade. We know when we're getting more emblems yet. I assume the additional emblems are coming with the new map patch along with the new character. So, Rite of Oblivion plus Oathakaya does at least address the Kroxa. Yeah. And they're actually waiting to put it out because of that face up. That's smart. Slip it away, chat. Slip it away. We're probably done here at this point. Definitely. Yeah. Three lands in a row for us, 3 banger spells in a row for them. High skill, low variance game. It really makes me chuckle and shake my head a little bit that past Jeff used to fly across the country for that experience. Magic's like a fine game to play from the comfort of my basement, but like, yeah. You're big stupid to chase it, spend what I used to spend chasing it around. Dwelling in your basement is how Magic is meant to be played. Exactly. Alright, so the other two Triomes are definitely being cycled. We're playing a control matchup, and naturally we've drawn two of the whatever number of cards we're going to be boarding out here. Some pretty rough matchup variants. I assume the shock on 3 means they have a counterspell of some sort. I also think I have enough lands that I'd like to play around a Censor or a Jawari Disruption. Let's try and Edict our way through here. Got me.
For a break.
Well, actually kind of tough here. I think we're supposed to Rhino because 2 untapped lands means they could still veto this, whereas they can't veto the Rhino. I'm supposed to play this as a tapped land, but I guess this isn't resolving, so if this doesn't resolve, then I want the Triome.
We need to move quickly.
They're just figuring out which counterspell they want to use here, chat. Trim around the edges. Part of me wants to go full Twitch chat and bring in the Necromentias and name Teferi. So we're gonna Knight of Autumn this turn as a 4/3. And then next turn, we'll Thoughtseize into Treacherous Blessing. And the Thoughtseize will resolve, and it'll show us 4 different counter spells, and we'll be really sad, but at least we sequence the best of our ability. Cards get to resolve, chat. It's exciting. Wow, they're not holding up Emperor here? That's so good for us.
On schedule, no time for a break.
So obviously they have Vanishing Verse here. But the Ceratops forces them to use the Vanishing Verse to keep Teferi alive. So that way my Demonic Pact can maybe hang out and do something. Come on, Syntax Error. Thanks to 11 months. Welcome back.
Hold that thought.
Huh? Start here. My body is ready to be censored. All right, that just worked. Sometimes lucky. Going on, ML. Thanks for the 13 months. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. So, you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Do 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 do. Be do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay. They're gonna have Verdict our board next turn anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and gain 4 life on the Night of Autumn. I didn't miss 2 damage. I didn't want them to Emperor my 2-1. Siege Rhino just doesn't even do anything here, right? Because... I guess exile it. I think they played base 6. I don't know. So you're saying there's a chance. A shocked in. I think if they Emperor down tick my Ceratops, that's a win for me.
Finally, I'm home. You are not much of a roadblock.
There could honestly be merit to Eiganjoing there to deny them the 2 life gain. Magic's a pretty fun game, chat. I enjoy it.
Until next time, then. Guards, to me.
Treacherous Blessing knew you would have to lose life to cast spells, so it didn't give you any. Good guide, Blessing. Yeah, it could have been right to Seat of the Empire, the 2-2. Yeah, it's supposed to just attack with both the previous turn and do that. You have void-rended my spirited companion. I think the draw is better because they could shuffle my deck with Field of Ruin. We're sitting on Thoughtseize until we draw a spell that we need to resolve, for those wondering why I haven't cast that yet. There's a chance their hand has a bunch of blanks in it, and they could draw a counterspell after the fact, so I want to Thoughtseize the same turn I have a spell I need to... A spell that's good. Let's go hard on, Jackie. Thanks for the 33 months. Snap is pretty great. Hey, thanks for hanging out for 5 years, Judgeinator. Welcome back. I mean, if this resolves, we're in an incredible spot. Finally played a utility land. Let's thin the swamp out of our deck. Go.
You started this fight, but I'm going to end it.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
In the blessing, which means we're immediately going to draw Yorion and regret our decision to do so, but... Alright, I'm off this one, chat. I'm done. Let's go play something that's maybe marginally better. I felt like this session was kind of a clinic in why kind of more clunky mid-range decks like this tend to not be very good in modern Magic the Gathering design. We felt good into explicitly red-black, although that matchup's not unlosable, especially if you misclick, but we just like, we're too clunky to keep up with efficient decks like mono blue, and then we also aren't good enough to keep up with the incredible grind and flexible answers that decks like Esper and blue-white control have. So it feels like we get got by people going over the top of us, we get got by people going underneath us, and like we're only just okay against people solidly in the middle. I don't know, like, it's easy to say, oh, we lost that game against blue-white because we flooded, but the game against blue-white control was just really long, right? Like, we had seen half of our deck in that game, and like, Yeah, we drew half of our lands, but like we saw half of our deck. So like as far as like statistical variance goes, we were kind of like solidly within a standard deviation of the mean, right? Like we were just like almost exactly average. So it's really hard. We were 46 cards deep and saw 23 lands. That's right about average, right? Oh, I guess the land count in this deck is a little low. I don't know. I'd have to go back and check the tape, but like, it's tough to say like, oh, we're unlucky and we drew a lot of lands in games that just like you see half your deck. You're gonna see a lot of things in half your deck. Why does this deck have a G next to its name? Oh, Gladiator. It's like, what format is G?